Good Sunday morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Good.
So my apologies. We didn't have a show last week. My granddaughter turned 1 year old, so we were in Detroit. So here she is wearing her little Lions gear. And so I was in Detroit for her birthday, and I was going to go to the Lions game, but I traded my daughter instead. I said, "Hey, Haley, how about you and your husband go to the Lions game, and I'll get my granddaughter for the entire day." And so our nonprofit tickets went to let me hang out with my granddaughter for an entire day. So that was pretty awesome.
Very
Well
cool.
Well used.
Yes.
That's
So
cool. Yeah.
Very cute little granddaughter.
thank you. And for being a Detroit Lions season ticket holder, they sent me this hat yesterday, 2 of them. So I gave one to my son. So appreciate that. Also, yesterday, day before, I sent out 2 sets of tickets, Lions tickets, both high-profile games. The first one I sent out was at the Monday Night Football game against the Raiders. I gave those to 2 Marines that never met each other, but they both live in Michigan. They live on the west side over by the lake. And so I actually interviewed both of these gentlemen, not at the same time, but at different times on the TSP. And they're both sportsmen. They both love fishing. And I called them up and I was like, "Hey, do you know each other? You're very close to each other." And they did not know each other, but I set them up. They're going to go to a football game together. They're going to Monday Night Football. I said, "Hey, would you two be interested in entertaining each other at a football game, Monday Night Football?" And they were like, "Hell yes." So I sent those tickets out to those guys. Both combat veterans, both Marines. They're going to have a great time. I hope. Hopefully the Lions.
It's the night before Halloween. Yeah.
To them.
It's a dope game.
Yeah, it's going to be a great
That'd be
game.
fun.
They're very excited. They can't believe they're going to that big of a game. And then I also sent out yesterday. I sent out tickets to a combat veteran. Him and his buddy are. The one guy lives here in Middle Tennessee. His buddy lives in Detroit. So the guy that lives here is a big Green Bay Packer fan. His buddy's a Detroit Lion fan. So we're sending them to the Thanksgiving game, Detroit against the Packers. So they're 2 buddies that served with each other, and it's ironic because their 2 teams are playing each other. They're going to that game. That's a Thursday game. So 2 high-profile games. We're sending a set of 2 sets of combat veterans to the game. So that's what we do. We love doing it. So it's an awesome feeling to watch these guys, see their faces light up when they get these tickets. It's amazing.
It's awesome.
And it's all because of you guys helping out, so I appreciate it. Also, if you're listening and you want to help out, there's links down below. You can buy cookbooks, you can buy Paulie's books. All the money goes to supporting this. You can drop us donations, however you want to help out. My contact information is all over social media, all over my website. If you want to check out the website, it's minuteswisely.com. Check it out. Sign up for the newsletter, or there's going to be a newsletter sooner, so I'd sign up page now, but the newsletter hasn't started yet. But a lot of great things coming around. Paulie here, Paulie's corner dog here. For those that don't know, him and I served together 40 years ago. Yes, you're that old, Paul. And ironically, he just moved into the neighborhood. If this house wasn't in the way right here, I could walk to his house right to my backyard now. And so he's coming on as the executive director of the nonprofit. So once I told him he's going to get settled, and then we're going to get him rolling. And you're going to see a lot more of us out there in the community. You're going to be seeing probably some live shows here and there. Probably talk to some sports bars and see if we could do like a half-hour live show, get the guys together. We're going to be doing a lot more fundraising. I have a lot of ideas rolling around in my head. So as soon as Paulie gets settled, him and his wife get settled, we're going to put them to work, and you guys see a lot more of us. So all the funds go again to Minutes Wisely, where we send veterans and first responders to sporting events. So appreciate it. Okay, now that's out of the way, Charlie, our show sponsor, I'm going to give him a second to say something, and then we'll get going.
Oh, guys, it's your man Charlie right here from Single Tree Barbecue. Did you know we are on a mission to build community through undeniable hospitality and the perfect plate of barbecue? y'all come check us out. 2805 Old Fort Parkway, right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 8, Sundays from 11 to 4. Give us a call at 615-307-0120. You can check us out on all the social platforms at Singletree BBQ. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Appreciate all the support.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. We appreciate your support. Charlie did a big fundraiser for us, and the fundraiser brought in $2,500 to go to the cause. So we really appreciate it. So good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Very good. Very good.
Good morning.
So what do you want to talk? NFL first, baseball first? We brought Scott Henson on because he is a huge Astros fan. So I figured today the lion's share of the conversation is going to be Astros. They are going to place tonight in their 7th straight ALCS. So I want to talk about, is this Astros team, is it time to start calling them a dynasty? I know John's going to have his thoughts here, but I figure I'll bring Scott in. It's going to be an in-state rivalry game series. We're really looking forward to this. I mean, there's a lot of great things going on in football right now in the NFL. You know, the Lions are rolling. They're doing some great things, but I don't want to overlook this Astros-Rangers series, man. So what do you got going on there, Scott?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Texas. Well, I lived in Texas for 15 years growing up as a teenager. And back when Ryan Express was there and things like that, we were down, but we a decent team, but we never could get by the Mets in 86 and things like that. But whether you hate them or not, you know, this 7-year stretch has been great. The Braves have the record from 91 to 99. And, 2017, you can talk about all you want to, but that's in the distant past. This team, the core team that they have together keeps rolling. And when it gets into October, it doesn't matter. They seem to find the pitching, the hitting in key moments, and take it. In this series between the Rangers, I mean, it's really hot down in Texas with all my friends down there. I mean, the Rangers, the runs they scored this year and the hitting offense they have is something else. But when October baseball is always different. I think the Astros, they've only been to 10 league championship series in their history, guys, and they've been to 7 straight. It's a remarkable feature with Dusty Baker and AJ Hinch put together, and Dusty's kept it going. You know, Tucker led the league in RBIs. He batted $143 in the division series. So they still win despite some of the components not working clicking all the time. Alvarez is a beast. You got the lineup at the first of it. Even Maldonado's, you know, he's there for the pitching staff. He gets that together. But the top of that lineup is the best out there, and they're going to hit you, and you're going to have some lockdown pitching to stop it. So I'm looking forward to it tonight, 7:00. I'll be on it.
Yeah, OJV's getting the start tonight, huh?
JV, hey, that's the thing. Last time he pitched 7 innings, 0 hits, ERA 0.00. You can't get better than that. 1.14 since he's joined the Astros. I mean, he's just a lockdown. He's 39, Richard. I don't know. He's approaching 40, but if we get the pitching, I don't know that we're going to win the series. Honestly, I'm an Astro fan. I think we should, but the Rangers scare me with that hitting, and our pitching is not what it needs to be, in my opinion, to win the whole thing. But as long as we're there, I'm going to root for them. I think we have a chance to win it.
Yeah,
Lineup is really good.
Win, lose, or draw, man. That's amazing feat what they've done.
It's remarkable. You're right, Richard. It's remarkable 7 years in a row.
Yeah, that's literally unheard of today.
They lose key components and just plug the next guy in. Like you guys lost Correa and Pena get plugged right in. Yeah. Gold Glove, All-Star that year.
Series MVP last year. Yeah.
Yep, it's remarkable. It's absolutely.
Yeah. And you know what? They were really on the Astros.
You guys have and the.
Yeah. Now go ahead. Good point.
And the prospects.
Yeah.
But I think if any team in the AL can beat the Astros, it's the Rangers. That's who I would be most afraid of.
Yeah, I got you. Last year when we got rid of Yuli, first baseman, they were really on. Actually, who made that trigger happen was Bagwell, Jeff Bagwell. You know, he a longtime player for us, but he's really in the front office, and he made that trade. And Abreu did not hit it all for us in the regular season. They were on him all year during the season, but during the postseason, you know, he hit 3 home runs. He's been a key clog in that division series, and like you said, Pena stepped up at shortstop. They lose people. They lost, Springer. You know, a couple of years ago. You know, he was a home run threat for us in the outfield, and the farm system keeps continuing to bring players up. whether it be Dubon. Hey, Dubon's a great example. Altuve was out for like 60 a lot of the season, right? Well, he came back. Dubon stepped up for him in at second base, and then when he came back, they moved Dubon to outfield, and I kept thinking, well, put him at first base or something because Abreu wasn't hitting. But now Dubon, he definitely a key. They put him in late situations in the outfield for defensive, but he batted like I think I got it right here. He batted 343 in the DS. So they just keep plugging people in, and it keeps rolling. So I'm excited for it, and we're going to win it all.
Yeah, so a little breaking news. When we first came on, I told you guys the Titans were in the red zone. Well, they laid an egg and got a field goal out of it.
Wow.
And they're losing.
Yeah, the Ravens came down and kicked a field goal too. But now the Titans have the ball back.
Yeah.
What about
Titans are
that
hot
debacle
garbage.
with Colorado on Friday, losing to Stanford with a 20-some point lead?
Yeah, so
Wow. Talk
To
about
Stanford.
disappointing.
yeah, so our good friend Jason Connor, who hops around college football teams like it's a freaking hot potato. I didn't watch the game because it was on late, and I was working in my yard, so I was in bed at 7:30, so I was wore out. But I woke up to this text message because I told Jason Connor months ago, whenever this big hype was about Colorado, they won like the first two, and I literally told him, I said, "Hey, listen, Colorado's going to be lucky to win another game this year." So he's always sending these texts, and somehow Colorado always loses. So I woke up to this text where it says Stanford 0, Colorado 29. And so I responded with this text, final score 46-43.
Yeah, that didn't age very well.
Yeah, that one didn't work out too good.
Yeah, you're going to talk shit, man. You got to wait till the end of the game to talk shit. But so I said it from day one, man. Prime time, he's great for Colorado. He's bringing a ton of money, but you're not going to win with all this flash, man. You got your players flashing their $100,000 watches. They're rolling in these $1 million cars. Listen, man, forget all that stuff, man. You're here to win football games, man.
They can win like that.
You got Lil Wayne out there bringing the team out, like screw all this flash. Play football. See, now he's got.
But that's their style. That's how they.
He's got me sounding like Paulie now, man. Getting the hate brought out.
No, I'm not a hater,
like
man. I'm just a fact. I'm just a fact guy.
That is not a style of football. That's a style.
No, it's not a style of football. It's a style of life. It's a lifestyle.
And play football. Shut your mouth and play football.
Why?
Play smash mouth football. Screw that shit, man.
There's plenty of successful teams that have been very flashy.
In college football?
Well, look at the Bears. Bears defense.
Look at that Hurricanes back in the
college.
90s.
Oh, yeah, the Hurricanes. Yeah. Very true.
Well,
Early 2000s.
Well,
I mean,
this is
90s.
what I-
It's
what I
a
gotta
rough
say about-
fall when you play like
yeah,
that.
just
by
let
the
them
break.
play
But they can
football,
do
man.
that if they want to, but it's going to
Listen,
be
you don't
tough
see
on
Alabama
Sunday
out there
mornings.
flashing. You don't see Georgia out there flashing. No, just go out there and play football.
They're not.
Well,
Georgia.
That's also more of his son kind of a thing, though. I think that's just him trying to bring down the prime time. Like he's just trying to live up to his dad's
Screw
flash.
Screw that image.
I mean, you have to be able to.
Prime Time was an
perform, like-
amazing football player.
Exactly. You have to be
Baseball
able to
player
perform
in
like
his
that.
time. Now go coach your kids and leave that shit at home.
Hey, if you want the flash in the dance, you got to show up to the party.
You got to win. Otherwise,
gotta
it's a
win,
tough ball.
right.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't
So-
mean you can't do it.
Right.
I
We
just
You
wouldn't
just
be
look, you
talking-
just look foolish.
It just puts more pressure on you. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
We
I'm
would
not saying
not-
it's something I would do. It's not my style, but
we wouldn't even be talking about this flash and stuff if they won.
Yeah, I still would dog them for it. Just
But
go
you
play
got to,
football.
if you're going to do that, like the Bears in '85 did the Super Bowl Shuffle before they won the Super
Yeah.
Bowl Shuffle.
and then
If they had
they
lost
backed
that
it up.
Super Bowl, they'd be just like we're talking now with Colorado with the flash.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
the Bears,
You
the
gotta
Bears
back
backed it up. The Bears
Bears
is one of
backed it
the
up.
greatest teams that ever played. That year, the '85 Bears were probably one of the best teams that ever played the game.
But I like it when a good team does it. Like I like the Miami Heat years. That was fun to watch because like like the things you were seeing were new and they were exciting. So like it was I'm sure it was the same with the Bulls back in the day. It was probably just fun to watch, and Jordan was doing things that nobody else was doing. They were literally calling fouls and stuff because they're like, we've never seen this before.
The only flash we had with the Bulls was when Rodman would show up and do his thing. But we loved him in Chicago.
That was a huge sideshow.
Yeah, we loved him in Chicago, though. He would dive in the stands for a rebound.
Chicago, we all know Chicago ruined Rodman, man. He was a normal human being when he was in Detroit. He went to Chicago and the wheels fell off.
I don't know how normal, but he was.
Normal and Rodman is an oxymoron.
Right.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Well, it looks like the Ravens are going to score again. Man, the Titans are hot garbage, man. So I was going to do a football pool for the Michigan State game, but I went to Detroit 2 times in a row, and I just didn't have the time to do it because I want to do a little fundraiser. But
plus, Michigan is
Michigan's
better than everybody
Michigan
else.
State is just freaking garbage, man. They lost in similar fashion yesterday to Rutgers of all teams.
Michigan's good. I watched some of that game yesterday, man. They're. You see that shovel pass he threw? The quarterback. He was like,
I've been scrambling. Eden. I didn't watch any football really yesterday.
He was like scrambling to the left, full speed, and he just shoveled past a pass like 15 yards. It was insane.
Eric, your Irish one.
Yeah, that was a big game.
Yeah, they exposed Caleb Williams too. Yeah, coming off a bad loss to they came out and hit USC right in the nose. So
Notre Dame is being Notre Dame again. They have all this hype, and then they go out and drop 2 right out the gate. So
one thing about Notre Dame fans is I see this: if they're winning by 50 points with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they're still on the edge of their seat because they're so used to getting whacked towards the end of a game when they got a lead.
That's true. It's very true. You can't trust it.
Yeah, that's what I see with Notre Dame fans.
Yes,
but it's been like that forever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, Eric. I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah.
Yep.
I want to hear you guys' predictions for the ALCS tonight. Jason, who do you got tonight?
Tonight or the whole series?
Yeah, the game specifically, or
let's go with the game specifically, and then what the series is going to look like.
Who are the Rangers starting?
Jordan Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery.
That's tough. In Houston, I mean, it's not like it matters all that much. I'm going to take the Rangers. I don't know why. Feeling the Rangers.
Who you got, Paulie?
Well, my first team's the Cubs, second's the Rangers, so I got to go with the Rangers.
John, we already know who you're picking.
I mean, Jordan Montgomery's been lights out. Plus, he comes from a good organization.
Yeah. Scott, you got Astros.
I like JV tonight. Astros win.
Yeah.
They got a better road record than they do home, though. That bothers me, but they'll win tonight.
Yeah. Eric?
I got the Astros tonight and in the series. I think that the Rangers are super hot, but that time off is not great.
Yeah. I like the Astros, too. I think Justin Verlander is going to be lights out again tonight. He might prove me wrong, but that guy's I don't want to call him Mr. October, but that dude steps it up in October. Mr. October's already taken.
Astros in 6 is my prediction. So.
As is Mr. November. So.
Yeah.
Your Astros in 6.
Yeah, Astros in 6 might look good. I just find it hard to bet against Justin Verlander, even if he's pushing 40 years old, man. That dude is just amazing.
I just watched his highlights from the Oakland game in 2012 that put him in the championship, the ALCS. It's crazy.
Yeah, don't watch his World Series highlights that year.
Terrible. Hey, Richard.
The whole team.
Yes, sir.
Richard, the thing that bothers me, last week when JV pitched, it's like this with Ryan too. You get him, you better get him in the first 2 or 3 innings.
Yeah.
Because we don't get him in the he had bases loaded the other night. He gets the double play, gets out of it, and it's just his thing. It takes him. If we can get to like the 3rd tonight with like no runs or something, I like his chances. You get to him, and even Nolan Ryan, you get to him early, or you don't get to him at all. Yeah,
that's a great point. Later in the game, man, he just turns into a workhorse, man. And good luck if you're tied 0-0 or you're up 1 you know, on the third or fourth inning. Good freaking luck.
Yeah, and I think that's a testament to actually how good he is, because usually it's the opposite. The pitchers have a harder time going through the order the second or third or fourth time even.
That's even better point. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's a testament to how truly great Verlander is.
Yeah, and the NLCS, man, like the Phillies.
Crazy.
What in the hell are Phillies doing, man? Like,
I mean, that lineup is doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but Eric, in the beginning, Eric was like, Atlanta 3 games, Philly 0. I was like, man, I don't know. Philly is. I really like this team. Bryce Harper, he's kind of goes against the grain where I believe, because he's one of that flash guys, and like I've been told before, if you don't like him, you got to go beat him, right? So he's just a hell of a baseball player, and the Braves, man, they just screwed up. When he got doubled up to end that one game, they were talking shit about him, and he just came out with a vengeance and just smoked 2 home runs and just stared down that dude.
Honestly, they win that series without Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
that's how. I mean, Nick Castellanos he hit 2 home runs in 2 games, like in 4 home runs in 2 games, 2 each. Like
again, I hate saying that, man, because he's a Tiger, man. And in my eyes, that dude's a Tiger, and he should still be playing in Detroit.
Well,
he would be at home if he was playing in Detroit.
More importantly, Aaron Nola showed up.
Yeah, they're hitting on all cylinders. They're picking up where they took off last year in the postseason.
Yep. The Diamondbacks are scary, though. Diamondbacks
are good. I like that team. That is
Corbin Carroll's an absolute monster.
They're a fast team. They're like the Miami Dolphins. They're just like if you let them on base,
they're going to.
You can almost count it. You can almost count it.
And they play good defense too. So.
Well, yeah. Well, if you're going to be a speed team, you usually got to play good team. So I like Arizona. I do.
Yes.
I don't think Arizona's beating Philly, but they're going to be a damn good team.
Oh, Miami Dolphins got the top 6 fastest players in the NFL. On their
I saw that.
That's nuts. That's insane.
That's nuts. Yeah, it's that style. It's the style of football though nowadays. It's rather than a in the trenches beat 'em up game. It's a get it out there, skill guys in space.
Before we hit the record button, Eric had a great point though, man. Tua's just 1 hit away from being done.
Oh yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think they'll be a good regular season team, but they won't do anything in the playoffs. It just doesn't work that way. We'll see.
Am I going to talk about Butkus?
Yeah. So before we get to that, we haven't really hit the NFL yet. I was just again, obviously I'm a huge Lions fan. I'm sitting in a room that's Honolulu blue and silver, but I was watching ESPN this morning, and Herm Edwards literally said that the Lions are going to have the North locked up by the end of October, and they're just going to blow through people. But
I like Herm Edwards too.
I'm ready to. Like, I still have my guard up. Like, the higher that these guys get pumped up, the harder the fall is. And I've been doing this for 58 years. They've crushed my soul so many times, but I still
but you have nothing to lose.
But you've got a quarterback and a coach now, Richard. You got a quarterback and a coach. That makes all the difference. And then you got the defensive
100%.
line.
And at first, I was kind of pissed that Stafford left and we got Golf, but like, Golf is a better fit in Detroit than Stafford was. Stafford was a hard-nosed man, took his beatings, and I thought he was a great quarterback. Man, I kind of do like Golf better.
What have I always said, Fleek? If you're not with us, you're against us.
Yeah,
see you later.
Yeah. Yes, and so anyways, like I said, Herm Edwards saying the Lions are going to have this locked up by the end of October. I'm really excited to see what this team can really do. The next 2 weeks are going to be a test. We go into Tampa today at 3:25 Central Time. Next week we go to Baltimore. So if we can split this, we're looking really good to make a run. And half our team is out today too. Like we have 5 or 6 players out again today.
I'm a big fan of your coach Campbell. That right there. I'd play football for that guy right now.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah, when you get your players to run through a brick wall, he's that type. You're going to
Oh,
win.
yeah.
You
I'm
got
not
the
as,
pieces, Richard. So I think you just take a deep breath and you're all right.
I'm not as sold on Jared
Smart.
Goff as you guys
Yeah,
are.
breathe
But
through your nose, Fleetster. It'll be okay. Slow.
I don't think Jared Goff has to hold the weight of a normal quarterback, though. I think your team is good enough around him to where as long as he keeps the mistakes down, he'll get the job done. But it's a tough task in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the whole point is you can win with him. He's not going to lose you any games.
Well,
Right.
if
That's
he
all you
doesn't
need.
lose you games, yeah.
That's
As
all you
long
need.
as he
And he
doesn't lose
doesn't. He
games.
doesn't lose
His mistakes
games.
are very
He
low. In Green Bay,
Yeah.
the first drive he made a mistake, threw an interception. When we thought, oh shit, we're in Lambeau, and he just threw an interception the first drive. This game's going to be a blowout. It turned around and it was a blowout the other way, man. They freaking manhandled the Packers.
He's been
In
around
Lambeau, which doesn't
for several
happen.
years now. He's got his experience. That doesn't
He's
shock
been to a
me.
Super Bowl. He's been to a Super Bowl.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Wow.
Could have won it. Yep.
So I know Paulie's got something to say about Mr. Buckus, so I'm going to let him have his little unrant. It's going to call it an unrant today.
Alabama, I'm sorry, guys. You know what I got? I got a rant about Alabama fans. You know what, people? Get rid of your stupid minds on Facebook and have some damn class. Good morning, everybody out there. I hope you had your muffin and your coffee. Today, it's not going to be a rant. Today is going to be paying respect to Dick Butkus. Dick Butkus, considered the greatest linebacker to ever played a football game. The guy played with passion. Just a quick breakdown on Dick Butkus. Dick Butkus is from the south side of Chicago. Went to Chicago Vocational High School. It's where my pops actually went to. He was a star football player there. My pops said the stories about him in high school was he used to push cars up and down the alley for working out in high school days. He then went on to University of Illinois and was a star player there. He was sixth in the Heisman Trophy winning running one year, and then third in his last year at University of Illinois. And then he went on to Chicago Bears, and he played 9 years at Chicago. And Chicago loved him. He was always a Chicago guy. Tough nose, blue collar, 6'3", 245 pounds. Player said when he was out there, when the offensive line was out there, they can hear him snorting like a bear. He played the game with passion. He not only would tackle people, but he would smother them. And anyways, I am just like half the population out there that's a Butkus person. I never got to see him play live, but I got his jersey. You can go to a Bears game and you'll see this 51 all over the place. The impact he had on the game is insurmountable. He even has in 2008, they named the Butkus Award in college football for the best linebacker. The best linebacker every year. DeMarcus Ware from the Cowboys was the first one to receive it, 2008. He played 9 seasons. He was a Pro Bowl for eight of those seasons. Played pure passion football. His roommates would tell that were with him in the Bears said, other guys, they like to go to the bar, they like to golf, they did this. Butkus was nothing but football. He played the game the way it should be. And I'm going to end with Deacon Jones. Deacon Jones, back in the day, was a monstrous football player. And Deacon Jones had a poem about Dick Butkus. So when you're amongst your peers and your peers are talking about legendary status, you're probably doing something right. But Deacon Jones said, "Roses are red, violets are blue. If you got any sense, you'll keep Butkus away from you." And with that being said, rest in peace, Mr. Butkus. What you've done for the game and us fans will never be forgotten. That's it.
All right. Thank you. He was,
Hey, Paulie, can I add something? Can I add something to Butkus right quick?
Yeah.
Hey, Paulie.
Yeah.
I want to add something about Butkus. Being a huge Steelers fan, Ray Mansfield was our center. Ray Mansfield was our center in the 60s. He was playing against Butkus, and he thought it was a rainstorm coming, and it wasn't supposed to rain. He looked up, and it was Butkus spitting on the ball. So he knew he was in trouble.
Yeah, Butkus was known. He was a pure intimidator. 6'3", 245, and his career was cut short with knee problems. Man, if you just watch some of his films, and watch how he tackled, he actually had great form tackling, with his head to the side and his leg with his shoulder, but he would just swallow up people. And yeah, I read his book. One real quick thing. In his book, he said he would pick something about one player on the team that he was playing next week, and he would make up stories in his head about, that player on that team said something about his mother or what. He would get himself so riled up during the week that when game came on Sunday, he would be looking for that player. And he also said something else. He goes, why does the football players always wait to the fourth quarter sometimes to get all, hustling up and all that? He goes, when that ball snapped from the first snap of the game, you should be playing 100% all the time. Anyways, that's it.
Right on. All right. Does anybody got anything else before we sign off? By the way, this Sunday morning game's a big snooze fest. It's 9-3. No touchdowns, all field goals. Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's look forward to a big Lions win in Tampa today.
The Chargers.
Keep this train freaking rolling. Look for Justin Verlander to dominate the Rangers tonight. See what happens. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Scott. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. You're doing a great job, by the way. Thank you.
And before we sign off, make sure you check the links down below. I see somebody put minuteswisely.com in the comments. Check us out. See what we're doing. We're doing a lot of great things, man. And, you have no idea what it means to these veterans when they get to go to a football game. And
thanks for the viewers watching.
Yeah, thanks for the viewers. We're up kind of high today, which was pretty exciting. So also look for some Preds tickets. I got an eye on some Preds tickets, so we'll see what comes down the line. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for joining. See you guys next Sunday, man. Go Lions.
Hey, Polly, we're winning the North. We're winning the North.
Yes, we are. Go Steelers.
Steelers. All right.
All right. Well, hopefully the Lions will see you guys in February. What do you think about that?
Not the Chargers have anything to say about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of football to be played. All right. See you guys later.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good